When you look back in time, you will see moments which shaped our present. These moments can be found in every walk of life. But in our context, we'll talk about movies. Movies which kind of changed cinema forever. Movies which brought a tectonic shift and had a massive impact on cinema. Though it is debatable whether these changes were in a good direction or in a bad direction. But of course, that's a topic for another video. This is episode 1, and for the first episode, I have carefully picked up this movie.
Listen well, brother. I'm listening.
The Avengers, and there is a specific reason for that, because it is perhaps the most recent movie which brought such tectonic shift. And of course, the Avengers, or the MCU in general, has the widest of the audiences. Superhero movies were already a thing. Team-ups, X-Men had it covered, but the Avengers was different. It wasn't just another movie, it was the payoff of a carefully constructed narrative universe. Now, before getting the big team-up movie, we got individual movies. The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Thor and Captain America. What made it great was that all these movies were tied up either by the post-credit scenes or by some key characters hopping between movies, like Agent Coulson and Nick Fury. This was that careful planning that made the eventual superhero meetup in the Avengers so satisfying. On top of this, how can we forget the introduction of the Mad Titan, the purple monster, Thanos, in the post-credit scene of this movie. Now, all these things not only satisfied the keen comic book lovers, but also brought non-comic book lovers to the lore and mythology of these incredible stories.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that.
Making a movie with many actors, it's a daunting task in itself. But it's even difficult when you have so many actors with their own storylines. But the director of this movie, Joss Whedon, gave each superhero their moment to shine, developed fun dynamics between characters, kept the stakes of the movie super high, and still was able to pull everything off in a grand fashion. The Avengers wasn't just a movie, it was an event. Fans weren't just buying tickets to the movie, they were actually buying into the universe. Discussions about the Easter eggs, mid-credit and post-credit scenes dominated the conversations. The hype was certainly real. Fans rushed to the theaters not just to watch the movie, but to also be a part of this cultural phenomena which was unfolding in real time. And the years after this movie, the MCU didn't just make movies, it created moments. And of course, superhero movies now became a big communal experience. Not to mention, the Avengers also became the first Marvel movie to hit the $1 billion mark. But its impact wasn't just financial, it elevated superhero movies from niche to mainstream cinema.
Puny god.
The impact of the Avengers was so big, everyone wanted a cinematic universe of their own. DC raced to create the Justice League, Universal tried its hand with the Dark Universe, horror franchises like The Conjuring also got into the game, and of course, we also got our Monsterverse. The bottom line, the concept of the shared universe was the big hot thing and everyone wanted a piece of it.
You ever tried shawarma? There's a shawarma.
Not a lot of people talk about the visual effects because it was already a thing, but still, making a real-life Hulk, Tony Stark's suit, and the whole Chitauri army, bringing all them together was still a daunting task. And this indeed pushed the boundaries for VFX and CGI. Suddenly, it looked like every blockbuster needed jaw-dropping VFX, and audiences demanded nothing less. In the end, The Avengers wasn't just a movie, it was a lot more. It introduced the cinematic universe concept, set a new standard for blockbusters, and reshaped the way we experienced movies. Comic book fans were of course on top of the world, but also new superhero fans emerged. The influence of this movie on Hollywood and pop culture is something that no one can ignore. If you have a movie in mind which you think has changed cinema, do let me in the comments, and as always, watch movies, stay happy, and thank you so much for watching.